Yes, let us repeat the answer to all three questions, my dear friends. The first answer was live, neutral and earth. Live wire, neutral wire and earth wire. That's right. The second question was which wire protects the user from a fatal shock? The earth wire is the right answer. Atharva, absolutely correct answer, beta. And the third question was what is preferred, a 3-pin plug or a 2-pin plug? A 3-pin plug is preferred, of course. But why? Because it also consists of a earth wire. Yes, that's right, Aditya. Yes. All the three answers correctly answered by Atharva Khandade. Very nice. Very good. Very well done, Atharva. Yes. So now chalo. Good question. Shreya's got a good question here, guys. If we have a rubber cover on our mobile phone, will it be helpful? The answer is yes. If the mobile phone is covered with a material which is not a good conductor like rubber or wood, then that's a good idea. But remember, when the potential difference is huge, the current jumps through such materials as well. So if at all there is a short circuit and the potential difference is huge, and if you're holding the appliance, then you will be experiencing that shock. So it is not advisable to use it at all. You're most welcome, Shreya. So yes, the moment of current or the path of current is such that the current comes in from the live wire and the circuit is completed by the neutral wire. I repeat, the current comes in from the live wire, but the circuit is completed by the neutral wire. So only a live wire would not give you a shock. Only a neutral wire would not complete a circuit. So for current to flow effortlessly or without any problems, you need the live as well as the neutral wire together. Only when both of them are connected, only then the current will flow through a body or a appliance. कभी कभी ऐसा हो जाता है कि लाइव वायर होता है, न्यूट्रल वायर नहीं होता, and our body becomes the neutral wire, which is because we are connected to the ground. Yeah, anyways, I'll come back to that idea a little later. Now what I have in store for you is something that I'm sure everybody wants to know. What is a short circuit? Yeah, let us see, what do you mean by a short circuit? Very, very, very important question. I'm sure a lot of us want to know about it. Yeah, so let's see what a short circuit is. So to understand a short circuit, we'll take an example of an appliance. So let's just say the appliance is a bulb. So here we have a bulb connected to a live and a neutral wire. Yeah, and the current comes in from the live wire. If you can see there, the current comes in from the live wire and passes through the bulb going out through the neutral wire. So circuit is completed. Now when the current passes through the bulb, inside the bulb we have a material called as tungsten. I'm sure everybody knows about this material. Inside the bulb we have a material called as tungsten. Right, I'm sure everybody knows about this material. Now tungsten has a very special property. What is the special property of tungsten? It glows when it becomes hot. So tungsten has a very special property. It glows when it becomes hot, and when it glows we say bulb chalu ho gaya. Yeah, when it glows we say bulb chalu ho gaya. So basically that is what tungsten does there. Now the current comes in from the live wire, goes out through the neutral wire, fine, which is perfectly fine. But kabhi kabhi, yeah, should I say after a decade or 15 years or so, the wire which is carrying this current gets damaged. The wire carrying current gets damaged because these wires are usually inside the wall. Fine, they're concealed wires. बहुत बार आपने देखा होगा आपके घर का वायरिंग सारा दीवार के अंदर है, दिखाई नहीं देता आपको, सिर्फ प्लग पॉइंट है बस, that's it. You cannot see any wire anywhere else. That's because the wire is inside the wall, it's concealed. When wires are concealed or even when they're exposed to air, they do get damaged. The outer covering of the wire gets damaged, my dear friends, because of which there are cracks on the outer covering of the wire. So here what you can see on your screen are cracks on the outer covering of the wire. All right, now because of these cracks, the outer covering is cracked, because of which the inner wire, the bare wire, is exposed to the air. Now when the bare wire is exposed to the air, that becomes dangerous, because अब क्या होगा, let's say live का bare wire या live का wire और neutral का wire एक दूसरे का expose हो गया, then the current begins to jump from the live directly to the neutral. Check it out carefully, ध्यान से देखो वहां पे. Current is jumping from the live straight to the neutral. Can I see that? Current ने short circuit, current ने shortcut लिया. Yeah, that's when we say current ने shortcut लिया. And when current takes a shortcut, we call it as short circuit. Now current ने shortcut लिया तो हुआ क्या? तो हुआ ये कि यहां पर when the current takes a shortcut, यहां पर where the current is jumping, we will have a spark. Here we will have a spark. When the current takes a shortcut, when it jumps, it has a spark. And this spark can cause burning, or this spark can begin a fire. Right? Have you all seen sparks? Have you all seen electrical sparks? Have you all seen electrical sparks? If yes, where? Have you all seen electrical sparks, and if yes, where? Okay. When you plug in a appliance, कभी ध्यान से देखना, कभी अगर आपने स्विच ऑन करके अप्लायंस को प्लग इन करने का ट्राई किया है तो कभी कभी स्पार्क होता है. Have you seen that? I repeat once again. Sometimes when you switch it on, and then if you plug the appliance in, you see sparks. Right? Isn't it? That means you should never do that. That means you should never ever do that. Never switch on a switch and then plug in the appliance. Always it has to be the other way around. पहले plug in करो, फिर switch on करो. Likewise, it also goes, if it is switched on, do not pull the plug out. Switch it off and then pull the plug out, because that's where sparks occur. And these sparks, my dear friends, can cause fire. That is exactly what you mean by आग लगी short circuit से. That's exactly what you mean by short circuit से आग लगी. Yes, okay. Hitanshi is asking a good question here. Hitanshi says a spark क्यों हुआ? So that spark is basically passage of charged particles, beta. Hitanshi, charged particles, when they run through the air or when they jump through the air, there's a lot of heat produced, which is also causing light, which is visible in the form of a spark. Okay, but charged particles or current is flowing through the air. Now, can current flow through air? Yes, when the potential difference is huge, current can flow through air. Is that understood, Hitanshi? Yeah, and everybody here, I hope I've made it very clear. What do you mean by spark and how can it cause fire? So now tell me, to prevent a short circuit, what should be done? Think, look at the screen and answer the question. What should you do to prevent a short circuit, or what are the steps that you can take to prevent a short circuit? What are the steps that we can take to prevent a short circuit? Current को shortcut ना लेने देने के लिए हम क्या steps follow करना चाहिए? Absolutely, that's correct, Shreya. Kunal, that's right. We should regularly check the wires. We should change the wire from time to time. We should have wires which have good outer covering. Yes, that's correct. I'm sure everybody has seen those advertisements that come on the TV, fine, of different wire brands. Fine, a few of them very clearly say our wires don't catch fire. Yeah, I'm not naming the brands here, but there are a few brands that very clearly say our wires don't catch fire. What are they trying to say? They're trying to say that even if there is a spark, if at all ever there is a spark, then the outer covering of the wire will not catch fire, because that is the one that usually catches the fire सबसे पहले. The outer covering of the wire catches the fire, and वहां से आग शुरू होती है. So that should not happen, right? And therefore we need to have wires. Therefore we need to have wires which do not catch fire. Achha, now this usually doesn't happen with new wires. This happens with old wires. Why? Their chemical composition changes with time. Because they are exposed to air, they are exposed to moisture over a very long period. The chemical composition of the outer layer gets changed or changes slightly over the period of time, because of which it begins to crack up, because of which it begins to allow fire through travel through it, or rather it does catch fire over a period of time, right? So that is really what is important, and therefore we should change the wires regularly at regular intervals, right? So that is one thing. Another thing that we can do to prevent sparks from occurring, another thing that we should do to prevent sparks, anybody? Another thing that we should do to prevent sparks from occurring: switch off the switches. Switch off the switches and then unplug or plug the appliances. Before you unplug or plug an appliance, always ensure the switch is off. Is that clear? Yeah. Achha, I hope short circuit is very clear with everyone now. I hope short circuit is very clear with everybody. Okay, so now the other day, fine, something very strange happened and I want to share that with you. So here there was a fire in our building. Yeah, the other day there was a fire in our building, and unfortunately it was on my floors. So one of my neighbors, what he immediately did was he ran to his bathroom and he bought water. This water was then spilled over the sparks that we could see. He spilled the water over the sparks, fine, by this bucket. Is this a good idea? What he did was right or wrong? Is this a good idea? He was trying to put out the fire. Was this a good idea? मगर वो तो अच्छा काम कर रहा था, वो तो आग को बुझा रहा था. So he put water over this fire. We didn't know the fire ka purpose. We didn't know the fire ka cause. We did not know the cause of the fire. Without knowing the cause, should you put water on the fire? Never. Never should we ever put water on a fire without knowing the cause of the fire. So every fire does not extinguish with water. I repeat, every fire does not extinguish with water. Remember this, my dear friends. इसीलिए we see a lot of buckets full of sand. Sand buckets. Have you seen sand buckets, red color sand buckets? Yeah. Red color sand buckets. That is what you should use at a petrol pump as well as in our buildings these days. It has become a norm now. It has become a compulsion. Fine. Very soon you will see sand buckets in your buildings. Achha, by the way, every Mahesh tutorials classroom has these sand buckets. Every Mahesh tutorials device has a sand bucket. Not one, at least two of them. What do the sand buckets do? A sand bucket will cut out the oxygen supply to the fire. How? We have to pour sand over the fire. We need to pour sand over the fire. The oxygen supply to the fire will cut out, and therefore the fire will stop. Achha. So therefore, whenever we have the firefighters, fine, whenever we have the firefighters coming in to fight fire, fine, the first thing that they do is, the first thing, switch off the main switch. Switch off the main switch. A fire extinguisher is always a good idea. That can always be used anywhere and everywhere. Any fire can be put out by a fire extinguisher. That's a very good idea, of course. Atharva. But just in case we do not have fire extinguisher nearby, we can simply use some sand and put out over the fire very carefully. Anyway, so first thing that a firefight involves is switching off the main circuit. Now this is where the red color box is very important. Which red box am I talking about? Which red box am I talking about? This is where a red color box is very important. Which red box am I talking about? The one that's there on the road. The red box that's there on the road. You know what the red box on the road is? It's actually a distribution box. जो red box जो road पे होता है वो होता क्या है? वो होता है distribution box. This distribution box gives current to nearby societies. So the nearby buildings get current through this distribution box. So what the firefighters first do is they first remove the fuse. The firefighters first remove the fuse from the distribution box. All right, guys, are we understanding what I'm trying to say? So the first step in fighting fire, my dear friends, is switching off the main supply. So if at all you see fire, the first thing that you should do is switch off the main supply. Is that clear? Guys, are we clear with whatever I've written on the screen? Simply say yo on the chat box if you've understood whatever I've written on the screen. If you've understood whatever I've written on the screen, simply say yo on the chat box. Thank you, Atharva and Yash, Venkatesh, Yashmit, Vaibhav, Omkar, Aditya. Superb. Hitanshi. Okay, so now we know what the red box is for. Now my question, why is the red box on the road? Because it should be easily accessible. If you are supposed to fight fire, तो red box ढूंढने जाना नहीं पड़े, इसीलिए उसे open road पे रखा जाता है. So the firefighters can first come and use or open the red box and switch off the main circuit. Are we supposed to ever touch or open the red box? No. हमें हमारे घर का main switch off करना है. Yes, Atharva, they know how to open it, beta. Atharva, they know how to open it. They have devices that are used to open that red box, beta. Yes, Shreya, we can limit the amount of current that flows in a circuit. Yes, we can limit the amount of current that flows in a circuit. Shreya, guess the device that is used to do that. Guess the device that is used to limit the amount of current that flows in a circuit. Anybody can do that for the matter. I repeat my question. Tell me a device that is used to limit the current that is flowing in a circuit. No, Shreya, that is a measuring device. Joy, we can say that is the right answer in a way. So what if I tell you we've already learned the device? We've already learned the device. Learned about the device. It's a fuse, my dear friends. A fuse protects the appliances from excess current. So what is excess current? हम define कर सकते हैं. There are different types of fuse. There's a fuse which is a 1 ampere fuse, and there's another fuse which is a 10 ampere fuse. क्या difference होगा दोनों में? 1 ampere fuse और 10 ampere fuse में क्या difference होगा, guys? A 1 ampere fuse will not allow current above 1 ampere to flow through it. A 1 ampere fuse will not allow current to flow above 1 ampere, and a 10 ampere fuse will not allow the current above 10 amperes. So there are different types of fuse. All right, guys. Okay. Anyways, coming back to the point. So yes, a very important question Atharva ने पूछा है. Sir, if while a fire is on, अगर distribution box में आग लगी तो क्या करना चाहिए? भागो. Get the easiest way out. Ever if you see a fire, fine. The best way of fighting fire is switching off the main appliances. Second, use sand. Use sand or a fire extinguisher. A fire extinguisher or a sand is a good idea. Third, move away. So where should you move? Away means where? Always remember, move away means move away to the open areas. Never ever, unless compulsory, move towards the top. Always try to move down. So move away to open areas and move down. Don't move up. So if there is a fire in a building, try to search for a way that takes you down the building, not up the building. The safest way out is going down. If at all you do not have a chance to go down at all, then only moving up is a good idea, right? But remember, the easiest or best chance to move out is exactly when you see it, not a minute later than that. All right, so firefight के लिए तीन चीजें बहुत जरूरी आपके स्क्रीन पे मैंने लिखी है. Three things very important for a firefight. The worst idea for a firefight is water. Do not use water for a firefight, my dear friends. Water is not a good idea while fighting fire. Yes, Shreya, I will come to that point as well. Fine. Are we clear with the firefight, guys? Are we clear with how to fight the fire? Okay. Now, let us come to another very important topic. We've understood what's a short circuit. We've understood how to fight the fire from a short circuit. Yeah. Now let us come to another very important question, which, my dear friends, is called as, this I'm not discussing right now. This we'll discuss when we have a detailed discussion, guys, later on. I'm not discussing the idea of resistance right now. Okay. Now, so a few questions before we go to the next concept. Before we go to the next concept, a few questions. Question one. Question one. In a short circuit, the two wires that come in contact, are dash. Which are the two wires that come in contact? Don't answer now. Wait. Don't answer now. Right? Okay. Next question. Short circuit. Increases or decreases the value of current. A short circuit increases or decreases the value of current is the second question. Third question. What are the ways to fight fire? Ways to fight fire. All right. I want you to answer these three questions on the chat box. But before you do that, please write down the answers to these questions in your notebook as well. Please write down the answers to these questions in your notebooks as well. And then we can answer that question on the chat box. Okay, so Athar was asked a question. If the exit is blocked and if we do not have sand in the house, Athar, first thing, switch off the main switch. If you're in the house and if you see a fire in the house, if the exit is blocked and you do not have sand, check if you can switch off the main switch. If you can switch off the main switch, go ahead and do that with a stick, wooden stick. Don't touch the main switch, right? Yes, next. Okay, so let's answer these three questions. The first question is, two wires that come in contact is live and neutral. That's right. सबसे पहले answer दिया है हितांशी ने. Then Jay has answered this. Then Aditya has answered. Then Shreya has answered. Then Athar has answered. Right? Superb, guys. So the two wires that come in contact in a short circuit is the live and the neutral wire. That's right. Next, short circuit increases or decreases the current? Yes, Shreya, correct answer. It increases the current in the circuit. It increases the current in the circuit. That's absolutely correct. Right? Jay, correct answer. Aditya, correct answer. Hitanshi, correct answer. Superb, guys. Yeah. Okay. The third and the last question on the screen for now. The third and the last question on the screen for now. How should you fight fire? The best way to fight fire, my dear friends, is switch off the main circuit. Put sand on the fire if you have, or use an extinguisher. Third, move away from the fire. Move away. Don't run. Use your brains and move away from the fire. Yeah. But when you move away from the fire, try and look out for an open area which is going down and not up the building. Do not run. Jay, use your brain. Running is only correct when you know what you're doing is right. So use your brain when you're moving around. Be brisk, be fast, but always be careful of what you're doing. You have to be extra careful in such situations, right? Do not try and be extra brave, or do not try anything atrocious. All right, guys, I hope answers to all these three questions are clear. Anybody has a doubt in any question here? Any other doubts apart from what we've discussed so far? We have one last concept remaining, that is overloading. But before I go to overloading, my dear friends, any other doubt that we have here? Any other question that you'd like to ask about short circuit, about a fire caused by short circuit, about a fuse, about an earth wire, anything that you'd want to ask so far? Thank you so much. Everything understood. Super beautiful. Thank you. Okay, chalo. Good question coming from Shreya. Thank you, Shreya, for posting that again. Guys, so this is very interesting. Fine. This is about lightning. I'm sure everybody's experienced lightning once in their lifetime. Let's try and recreate it over here. So assume this is one cloud. This is another cloud. And this is our dear Earth. Okay. We're trying to create lightning, guys. Lightning. Okay. So here we have a high potential difference, or a potential difference between these two clouds. This is highly positive and this is highly negative. So potential difference between these two clouds is in the range of 30,000 to 40,000 volts. That is the potential difference between these two clouds. All right. Now, when the potential difference between the two clouds is so high, electricity will jump from one cloud to the other cloud in the form of sparks. Electricity will jump from one cloud to the other cloud in the form of sparks. All right. Which we call as lightning. Bijli, bijli. A very common term that we like to use. Bijli. Yes, all the appliances are connected to a single piece of copper. That's right. Okay, now, so this is basically the sparks that are occurring between two clouds. Yahan tak problem nahi hai. Problem is when this sparks or these sparks also occur between the cloud and the earth. So problem is when these sparks occur between the cloud and the earth. That's because earth has zero potential, 0 volts. And this potential difference is again in the range of 30 to 40,000 volts. So when this happens, that's a problem. Especially, this is a problem, especially if हमारा building यहाँ पर हो. This is the problem, especially if our building is here. So let's just say this is my beautiful house. I stay in this beautiful building here, which is a skyscraper. So now what happens is lightning falls on my building and follows down to the earth via my building. Should this happen? Because if this happens, everyone over here will have short circuit. Everybody in this building will have short circuit. And it could lead to a huge fire. Should that happen? Of course, that should not happen. इसीलिए क्या करते हैं? ध्यान से सुनना, समझने की कोशिश करना. This should not happen. इसीलिए क्या किया जाता है? क्योंकि ये ना हो, so what is done is, if you live in a skyscraper, you must have observed this. There is a metal strip that connects the top to the ground. There's a metal strip that connects the top of the building to the ground. It runs along the building. This metal strip runs along the building. Have you seen this metal strip? हाई राइज बिल्डिंग्स के साथ में होता है. आप कभी बिल्डिंग के आसपास जाओगे तो नेक्स्ट टाइम लुक आउट फॉर अ मेटल स्ट्रिप which is right from the top to the bottom. And इसके बिल्कुल ऊपर यहाँ पर somewhere over here, at the top over here somewhere, we have that red color light at the top. That has got nothing to do with electricity. Huh? That has got nothing to do with electricity. That red color light is for another purpose. Fine, that I'll discuss in some time. But this metal strip, what does it do? What is this metal strip also called as? So let me see if you can answer this beautiful question. What is the metal strip over here is also called as? This metal strip over here is also called as. Any idea? Let me see if you can answer this question. Absolutely right. Shreya ने बिल्कुल correct answer दिया है. Yes, Swati ma'am, thank you so much for reminding that. So this metal strip, my dear friends, is the earth wire. This metal strip is the earth wire. Superb, Yash. Very nice. Right, so what this earth wire does is, whenever there's a lightning, it carries all the electricity straight to the ground and we are safe. This metal strip carries all the electricity to the ground and we are safe. This is for flights. This red light over here is for flights. All right, this red light over here is for flights, to know that there's a skyscraper here. Okay, so that's got nothing to do with electricity. All right, so is this entire idea of lightning and earthing clear with everyone? Fine, did we enjoy this? Did we understand every bit of this? Now, I have to give out some very interesting information to all of you all. So listen to this carefully. Beginning from the 28th of December, Mahesh Tutorials is going to conduct language enhancement sessions. Beginning from the 28th of December, for ICSE, we will start with language enhancement sessions. These sessions will help you to improve your letter writing skills, your essay writing skills, your writing skills in general, and certain very important grammar topics like ling badlo in Hindi. Yeah. So these language enhancement sessions will be for English, will be for Hindi, and will be for Marathi, if applicable. Yeah, if applicable to you, you can attend for Marathi as well. These language enhancement skills will be for English, Hindi, and Marathi. So you can improve your grammar, you can improve your writing skills, my dear friends, by attending these sessions. Okay, how many of you all want to attend this session? How many of you all are interested in attending this session? Simply say a yo on the chat box. The language enhancement session, you are interested in attending. Superb. Kya baat hai? So many guys. Oh my God, almost everyone over here is interested in attending. Superb. Yes, that's all right. If it's not applicable, if Marathi is not applicable to you, you may not attend. Fine. Superb. All right, that is very nice to know. I'm really happy to know that. Yeah. All right, it was a good time, a good Sunday morning that I spent with all of you all. I hope I could give some value to you. I could add some value to your understanding today in these 2 hours. क्या बात है हितांशी, thank you so much. Guys, do write on the chat box if you understood everything that we discussed today. If you have any questions, you can post on the chat box even now. We still have around 2 minutes left, so I will be here. Thank you so much, Vaibhav. Thank you so much. Guys, please post whatever that you feel about today's session. If you've understood everything, superb. Thank you so much, Huda. Thank you, Aditya. You can also send your feedback to somebody who sent the link to you. जिन्होंने आपको आज का लिंक भेजा था, you can send your feedback for this session to them as well. Yeah. क्या बात है हितांशी, thank you so much. Thank you, Venkatesh. I hope you understood everything, Venkatesh. Thank you, Jay. You're welcome, Shreya. Thanks a lot. Guys, this is how we conduct lectures at Mahesh Tutorials, guys. This is exactly how we conduct lectures at Mahesh Tutorials. Right? Every lecture, every subject, every chapter is taught by presentations only. Achha guys, also one thing, if you have not downloaded RoboMate Plus yet, if you're not using RoboMate Plus yet, please download it. Use RoboMate Plus. Trust me, you will love it. Very important, very useful application. It's called RoboMate Plus. You can look out for it in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Yes, Hitanshi, we will do that in our next sessions in our regular classroom. Hitanshi will touch all those concepts in our regular classroom. Beta. All right, guys, less than a minute left. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I once again, I'm hopeful that you understood all of that was discussed today. Thank you so much. Do not forget to attend the language enhancement seminar, my dear friends. You can tell your friends to attend these sessions as well. Thank you so much. Pass on the links that you get to your friends. Ask them to register. Thank you so much once again. Have a very good day ahead. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.